This is Recipe Man. He's a man on a mission, he doesn't take himself too seriously, and is here to make you laugh. And Recipe Man knows how to cook, so sit back and enjoy. Huh, the name actually worked. Alright, now we need to give our guy a look. So we're going to go with someone wise, doesn't take himself too seriously. How would that look like? My very first RuneScape character had white hair too, so we're gonna keep that. We've been here for a few months, we had to wait for the hair to grow back, but I think I like this look. If anything right there, that's a killer combo. I can work with that. It's been a minute since we've been on Tutorial Island and it pretty much looks the same. Our adventure begins. Alright, let's get started. Welcome to my new Hardcore Iron Man series, If We Survive. The context is pretty simple. If we survive it, we go on to the next thing. And we have an end goal in mind. So, if we survive Tutorial Island, and I'm like only 98% sure that we would, we're headed towards Zulrah. There's a bunch of stuff to do before we get there, but the goal is simple. We want a blowpipe and a serpentine helm. That's the endgame of the series for now. There might be more later, but we'll see. As we kick off the series, I guess there's a few questions that we need to answer. Why are we starting a Hardcore Iron Man? Why Zulrah? Why now? All valid questions, so let's jump in. I've been playing this game since like forever, and there was no reality where I would not start a Hardcore Iron Man in my lifetime. I'll level with you. This game exudes certain qualities of life that I love: adventure, hard work, anticipation, excitement, uniqueness. Yeah, I know, I need to get out more, but you get the point. Nothing beats the dopamine hit of landing in Lumbridge and you open the skills page and all you see are ones. Call me crazy, but that right there, that's unwritten potential. It's your account, your story, and you're gonna embark on the adventure of a lifetime. Just like we are about to do. And I've had my adventure. I got super undeservingly lucky, like really undeserving, I can't tell you how much, but that's the beauty of it, isn't it? I remember the feeling I had when I first started, and I want to feel that again. So, why a Hardcore Iron Man? I mentioned unwritten potential, and I don't want to walk the same path twice. This game has a massive time commitment, and I'm all for gaming, but it has to be healthy. It has to be part of your life story in a way that counts. Doing the same thing twice, that's not for everybody, and it's certainly not for me. I chose the Hardcore Iron Man game mode to ensure that we walk a different path from the main, different limitations and challenges, and just the one life to try them. I've actually started hardcores before and lost hardcores before, so we're not too green to the game mode. I've left them behind for now because they were all too similar to the main and what we're doing there. This time, it's different. All that talk about unwritten potential, let's start writing. Hi, YouTube. Alright, me, cool. So, the endgame is Zulrah and we have a very long way to go before we get there, so let's break it down into smaller steps. I have a list of 15 items I want to tackle before we get to Zulrah, so let's call them plot points. Did I say? I meant goals. Call them goals. Let's call them goals. The three main plot goals before we get to Zulrah: making GP because you're gonna need a lot of that, going to Barrows for the gears and upgrades, and last but not least, Zulrah. So yeah, that's my story. We're looking to grow the channel, so please do subscribe. You'll be doing a guy a favor. Now with any Hardcore Iron Man series, the very first milestone of the account. We're gonna get our Iron Man status. I can't wait to share this with you guys. I've been planning this for days on end. Yeah, the start of our journey. We're gonna make it good, make it count. As per that very long intro, we're gonna be a Hardcore Iron Man, so let's set it up. So we have set our pin and picked our status, and we are ready to go. We're just gonna double check our status to make sure our request went through, and there it is. You're just level 3, you've not done anything yet, but he addresses you with the title. You've made a choice. Is it a good one? Only time will tell. Now, on to the last instructor, and we are off. And now, in this account's very short lifespan, the second milestone of the account. We're headed to the main game. I'm going to remember this moment, and hopefully in a few months, this is going to be a good memory. I'll see you guys there. I can't tell you guys how excited I am. We are finally here. First order of business, we're claiming the Hardcore Iron Man armor because you guessed it, we're a Hardcore Iron Man. It's not for the bragging rights, we don't have anything to brag about just yet. The Iron Man armor, it has the same defense as full iron, and we are going to do something a little bit dangerous. So the iron armor helps. Oh god, I just got that. The Iron Man armor is the same defense bonus as full iron because it's for Iron Man. So I know our master plan lacks any finesse or details, and it's time I fill you in. But before that, we're very quickly going to get 5 thieving and head over to Ardoin for some early game food and cakes. And that's what we're looking for, we can now thieve cakes. We headed over to Ardoin to get some cakes, and we'll review the game plan along the way. We banked all our stuff and we headed over to Ardoin with the first GP on the account and a little bit of food. It's not much, but it's an honest day's work. Talking about GP, here's the master plan again. Make some GP, head to Barrows, and from there get gear to do Zulrah. It's officially time to do some finessing and break down the master plan. We're gonna need GP for a whole bunch of things, but our main goal is 83 magic and 50 construction. This will allow us to build a Barrows teleport in our player-owned house, and the Barrows grind should go a lot smoother. From the Barrows, we want range or mage armor, and that will be our gear going to Zulrah for now. And before Zulrah, there's a whole bunch of preparations that we need to do, but we're not gonna get into that today. So that's the master plan, and we need to make some GP. The short-term goal for this episode is unlocking the agility pyramid. We're not quite ready yet and need to make some preparations, so we need to get some food. We're gonna rob this poor man blind for early game food, so I'll see you in a bit. The guy under me has tick perfect timing and he's getting all the cakes, so we probably need to hop. Here's 6 thieving. 7 thieving. This early in the game, all levels are fun and we're gonna enjoy every single one of them. Alright, 8 thieving, and we have our very first inventory of food. We should be going to the bank, but we're gonna throw a curveball. What we're doing later is a little bit dangerous, and a safety teleport would be great. And I think I know something that just might work. For this, we need 450 GP and cakes sell. So we're gonna dump our cakes and get a second inventory if we need to. We were a bit too lazy to hop and dump all our cakes in one world, and we have 327 GP. One more inventory should do it. 9 thieving. 10 thieving, our inventory is almost full. This inventory of cakes should do it, and we should be able to reach our 450 GP goal. I'm probably going to have to hop walls this time, so I'll see you in a bit. There we go, a cool half grand. All we need to do now is get some food for ourselves and we can move on. 11, 12. We now have a full inventory of food and we're ready to go. The base requirement for the agility pyramid is 30 agility, but to do it perfectly, you need 75. Anything below 75 agility and you risk taking damage, which has a max hit of 10. For a 10 HP account like mine, that's a death sentence, so we need some HP levels. I figure we're going to give the agility pyramid a try when we're around 55 agility, which has a much higher success rate than 30. But to kick things off, we're going to get 10 agility so we can start doing the rooftop courses and maybe get some marks of grace. We're coming up on level 5, meaning we're halfway there, just like how level 50 is half of 99. Cool. If absolutely anyone is curious, it takes 13 laps of the gnome agility course to reach level 10 agility. We're back in Lumbridge not because we died, but because we're done in the gnome stronghold. We have everything we need to make some progress. First up, we're gonna spend the money we got from stealing cakes to buy a Chronicle. The Chronicle is a teleport item with no requirements to use and can be wielded in your shield slot. The Chronicle is 300 GP and one charge is 150. Pricey, but for what we have in mind, very necessary. We are gonna tackle the Witch's House quest with just 10 HP. For this quest, cheese is one of the item requirements and there's a spawn right here in Draenor. While we're waiting for the cheese to spawn, the main reason why we're doing this quest is for the 6000 hit point XP reward. From just 10 HP, that will bring us up to a cool level 24 or 25 I wanna say. Cheese too long, we're hopping. 4 pieces of cheese should be more than enough to tackle this quest. But we're also gonna need some offensive upgrades because we're taking on a level 53 wolf as part of the quest. Cue the first dangerous thing we're doing for the account, we are claiming the first 5k from the stronghold of security. The monsters down here are aggressive and we only have 10 HP. Trust me, we're gonna need the money to take on that wolf, so we're gonna have to do this. So we cut out level 1 because it was not too eventful and the monsters didn't even touch me. Let's just hope it stays that way. So I had to set up some stuff before I could claim the reward, but here it is, the first 2k on the account. 1 level down, 1 more to go, let's move on. I absolutely do not doubt that it's dangerous, but hopefully level 2 goes as smoothly as level 1. So we made a couple of good choices and our account is very safe, both in-game and security wise. And here's the next 3000 GP. We officially have enough coins for whatever we wanted to do, but if we go 1 more level down, it's another 5k. That's double the money and we can definitely put that to good use, so I will say let's give it a try. We still have our safety teleport, so if things get really bad, we can still teleport out, and let's give this thing a shot. That's the first big hit we have taken in the stronghold security. I probably should check the max hits before coming down here, but I don't like the look of those levels. We're just gonna make a run for it. Okay, 2 hits, I can work with that. That's what the cakes were for, so cool. We passed a couple of rooms without trouble, mainly because they were empty, but this next part here, it's risky. I had to look it up, these guys hit a 6, and if we're not careful, they can take us out of the game. Alright, deep breaths, we're gonna send it. Whew, just a 4, not too bad. Just like that, 10k. We now have double the money we planned for and we can now do Witch's House with better equipment. Hopefully that'll make the big fight later a little bit easier, but we shall see. We have the very first 10k on the account and it's time to train some combat. As part of the Witch's House quest, we need to take on a level 53 wolf and it can be safe spotted. So the goal here is 13 magic. We're gonna pick up a staff and some runes and get training. So I actually did the math and we're gonna use the most fire runes for this quest. However, the Staff of Air has far more utility, especially for after the quest, so we're gonna get one of those. Look at us having the full Iron Man experience, we're actually buying stuff from a shop. I know I said I did the math, but I'm totally spacing, so I'm just gonna wing it. If my calculations are right, we should get enough runes for 13 magic and 200 fire strike casts for the quest later on. So one more packet of these, and I think this is it. We got enough runes to cast Wind Strike 300 times, which should get us to level 13 if we don't splash all of them. And we got 200 casts of Fire Strike for the quest itself. Oh god, he's out there, isn't he? We need to get help. We don't have a choice. We need to make a run for it. On the count of 3, 2, 1. Alright, we have our runes, we have our food, it's time for us to start training. Look at us changing our combat stats. We're totally gonna lose our status. We're gonna be using our runes very wisely, and we're going for upgrades or gear unlocks as we train. Our first grind, Imps. Imps provide us with a very early game mage gear upgrade, and if you can get that for the quest, that would be great. We're going after the blue wizard hat. Look at us, the first grind of the account. Currently, we're only using the Staff of Air, which has a plus 10 mage accuracy boost, and the blue wizard hat provides a plus 2 boost, which is a 20% upgrade and game changing for the account. At the same time, we'll be collecting any beads that we can get. If we can complete the Imp Catcher quest, that's another 875 magic EXP and the first amulet for the account. And we have 2 magic. We're not gonna do every single level because this would take forever, so I'll see you guys when something cool happens. Yes, that's perfect. That's what we wanted. It's been so long since I've been excited for a drop. This game mode, man, it changes you. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. This is a great way to start an account. It's a great feeling. We headed over to Lumbridge because I remember reading somewhere where you are affects the color of the beads that you get. But that was a long time ago on RuneScape Classic before the internet was a thing. And we are starting prayer training. Bead update, so far we have 2 out of the 4 colors. We've cleared out Lumbridge of imps and we have 7 magic, and this imp is the last imp in the area. Imp hunting here is a lot slower because the imps have a wider wander area, so we're heading back to the Grand Exchange after this. Let's just get this guy first. Oh, and our prayer journey has begun too. Okay, 13 magic should be incoming any second now. We haven't been too lucky with the beads, but that's okay. We can now go and do the Witch's House quest. We're just gonna bank all the useful stuff we collected while hunting imps, and if we need them in the future, we'll have them. Man, this guy's a runner. And there we have it. 13 magic. We can now cast Fire Strike, and we're gonna use it at the Witch's House quest. The damage difference between Wind Strike and Fire Strike is massive, and this should help a lot in the quest. We're all geared up and ready to go. Let's help a boy get his toy ball back. This is the first quest we're doing on the account. I want to say it's a landmark moment, but I don't want to wear it out. The context for this quest is pretty simple. We're helping a boy get his toy back. Hey, combat level warning. Interesting. Turns out our combat level is 9, a whole 26 levels under the suggested level, so look at us taking a risk. Let's help this kid out. Okay, this quest is a lot harder than I remember. I know this quest has something to do with cheese, so let's get that mouse out here. And I can't do anything with the mouse. It's time to look at a guide. So it seems if you don't read the diary, everything in the house seems like a red herring and not really related to the quest. What we actually need to do is come down here, past the fence, grab a magnet from the cupboard, attract the mouse out with a wedge of cheese and use the magnet on it. This will unlock the door right here in front of me and we can proceed with the quest. Turns out there's some kind of mechanism doohickey in there and that unlocks the door. There we go. Using our newly acquired ninja skills, all we need to do is sneak past the witch and go grab that ball. 9 out of 10 times people fail this part of the quest because it's a waiting game. This is one of those times where fast is slow and slow is fast. We got the key, it's time to prepare for the fight. We're all prepared for the fight and we can head in. This fight has 4 phases with progressing difficulty, and as far as I know, none of them can one-hit me. We're going in with the armor first to figure out the safe spot, and once we have that down, we're gonna remove it and use the wizard hat. The Iron Man armor has a negative magic bonus, making it harder to hit higher level opponents. So we try this out, and the first 2 forms of the experiment don't seem to have a safe spot. Thankfully they don't hit too high, so we're just gonna brute force it and wear them down. The next two phases are much higher level and I don't want to be brute forcing that, and thankfully there's a safe spot right here in the south of the room. The next two phases are bigger monsters and they can't fit in here. So we can just take our time and safe spot them from here and be safe. And we are done. All that's left to do is just wrap up the quest. No, I went too fast. 9 out of 10 times people fail this part of the quest because it's a waiting game. This is one of those times where fast is slow and slow is fast. It's okay, all we need to do is just grab the ball again. We don't need to redo that fight or even get more cheese. We just have to sneak past the witch again. And there, done and dusted. We're safely out of the witch's house with the ball in our inventory. And all we need to do is return the ball to its rightful owner and we're done with the quest. Won't it be wild if the boy actually stole the ball from the witch? And there we have it, quest completed. We completed this quest for the massive hit point XP you're gonna get, and this should put us at level 25. Now we're one step closer to the agility pyramid and we can try it once we have the agility level. We're gonna make our first attempt at 55 agility and I'll see you guys there. Also, now we're fought in combat, so nice.